So they, I mean, do you agree that they also stereotyped the people in Haiti as looters sometimes? And why do you think they need that?
Well, I think the idea of looting is something very common for anybody that's in any kind of disaster area. Look at Katrina, for example, in the U.S. One of the biggest things that struck the American people was the looting factor. So if you bring that same factor from a U.S. thinking, a U.S. idea, and you come to a foreign land, even though it's Haiti, a couple hours away, you're putting that same factor, that idea of looting, that these people are violent and they're looting. So unfortunately, they'll cater to that. But again, these people had no water for days, no food for days. Was it violence or was it just, anticipation? That's the question.
So let's go on with your coverage.
It's going to come in here and see what's going on. We heard a lot of noise. Bonjour, bonjour. Jean Louis là. This is everybody. They're still singing, hoping, looking for something. Let's just listen to the sound.
Did you notice any politics go on around that disaster? Because I know that the French government did not like American involvement in that issue. I mean, the American army's existence in the island.
Well, the politics runs very deep in Haiti. As you know, for France, Haiti was a former colony. The Haitians gained their independence from the French. At the time, it was Napoleon that was the ruler. So to have this small island kind of defeat them was really contrary. So the French have a lingering relationship with them. Now, when the U.S. are coming into town, the French seem somewhat responsible, but still it's so far away from France that they're unable to respond quickly. So there was a little bit of tension between the U.S. and France when it came to territorial disputes, meaning the Americans came with their ships, their planes, their army, and they were pretty much running the show. Not the United Nations, not other countries, but the U.S. was running the show. So it was the politics behind it was very deep, and it did prohibit a few things for a lot of people that were trying to help the Haitian people.
And I also want to learn, how was the interaction between the helping groups? I mean, the Turkish helping groups and the other helping groups. What did you notice about that?
Well, I noticed that, again, the Turkish are very unorthodox comparing to how, I guess, U.S.-run organizations would come. The Turkish were very friendly. We dealt with I saw that on numerous occasions, dealing with the locals at the local level. And respecting people and trusting people, it takes a lot. And I was asking myself, I mean, it's so strange. You're going to go to some no man's land, and you're just trusting people, and you know they need help, and you're pretty much open arms and friendly. And the Haitian people accepted them more than some other organizations. It was an interesting dynamic, especially when you have the Red Cross, these kind of organizations that have humongous amount of people. But the Turks went in there with a small group and were very successful at helping people.
Okay, so let's go on with your coverage again.
Now we're stuck in a family's location where they can only seek help. Help has not reached in the areas which we have shown you tonight. One lady here, her father has died actually, and she's telling me that she can't even take care of these kids. They're both sick. C'est ça?
Oui. Papa, oui.
Et puis, so the father is dead, and I guess we're going to try to come back here for her. La PC tourner pour vous?
Oui. Oui. Oui.
Manger.
Oui.
We're going to try to bring some water, food.
Oui, oui, bon Dieu, nous connaît. Bon Dieu, l'ancien là, t'es là avec aide, là, t'es là pour te bon nous aide tout. Nous connaît, bon Dieu, pas quitter nous périr comme ça, sans pas de voyer aide pour nous-mêmes quitter Guitar Chapé.
They believe that help will come. They believe what help will come. Well, let's really hope that this help will come, because this is just one of the several thousands of families stuck out there in Port-au-Prince.
Francois, Have you ever had an experience like that before? And I also want to learn how it affected your journalism if you hadn't have such an experience before.
Well, it was my first disaster news, if you want to call it that. So I had never, in terms of journalism, I had never reported on that. However, I have been in disasters many times. I'm originally from Miami. I've been in hurricanes. So to be in a disaster point as a journalist, you're so uncertain of what, of what's out. I mean, there's news. I mean, the news is everywhere. But you're just so uncertain of what's going to happen hour by hour. So everything that you do has to be pretty much chronologized. It has to be well managed. It has to be well connected. You have to be on point. You have to be quick. So the experience I gained there was tremendous. I mean, in the beginning it was very difficult, going in there with nothing, but it was really, really a challenge. Yeah.
Frantz, thank you very much for this wonderful and enlightening explanation about your experience in Haiti. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, we're ending the night here at a school where it was an elementary school for kids trying to learn something. Many people gave up everything. This road is just empty, but all we can hear in the background are people singing and hoping. The faith is still strong for these people, which is keeping them alive, but it's total destruction for the rest of this neighborhood. Everybody at home should just realize something here, that we really need to look at what we're doing.